Fresh air is the last thing I need right. I was sitting long enough. A detention cell for crew members? The cargo hold seems to be used as, or at least a part of... The shot hit. The question is, what, and if so? Maybe the gunman... I can't imagine a more... It's too dark to make out anything inside. Whoever locked the door is stronger than me. I can make out a corridor, but no details. It's no use. The door... Rear pressure bulkheads usually on... So if a room were flooded, a drop... Unfortunately, I'm on... Rear pressure So... There's some blood and hair. Hair I really can't afford. I might be... I'll hold it on the blood-spattered end. After all, we already... I should be careful. The gunman may still be nearby.
What are you up to, Zelna?
I wanted to determine whether the gun had been fired recently, Inspector.
I mean, what are you doing on the ship?
I was jumped in the cargo hold.
Of course you were.
Here, look. Careful how you hold it. There could be fingerprints on the end.
Surely you don't expect me to believe you.
I was inspecting the trunk. I found it in the cargo hold, and it was clear that someone had hidden inside it to board the ship.
Some people are willing to go to great lengths to be a part of this journey.
Indeed. Whoever it was, they struck me on the head from behind with the pipe while I was looking for clues. Oh, and they shot at me as well.
Ridiculous. You wanted to come along, orders be damned, and so you found a way to stay here. I should throw you overboard.
I would have dreamed up something less painful.
True. That doesn't look good.
See? And there's a bullet wedged in a wooden crate down there. I don't have a gun.
The doctor should have a look at it. Come with me.
Inspector Legrand and Constable Zelna. So you have decided to join us on our journey after all.
So it would seem. We are searching for Dr. Gebhardt.
I'm just fine, Captain Conti.
The Conti.
I'm in control. I can manage. Tell James he absolutely must wake me at 9:45.
Certainly, madam.
Absolutely.
I shall see that he does.
And now I shall return to my chambers. You'll be in the bar tonight at 10, Inspector.
If that's what you wish.
It will be spectacular. I promise.
The fresh sea air, and perhaps a glass of champagne to many. But I'm glad that you decided to join us on our journey to Cairo.
Not quite voluntarily.
So he says.
I was jumped from behind.
But no, that is...
Dr. Gebhardt should have a look at him, Captain De Conti.
Of course. Please, have a seat in the saloon, Constable Zellner. I'll summon the doctor. Ah, Doctor, there you are. Our brave Constable Zellner was attacked.
Struck on the head.
Oh. Sit down, please.
Now, please, tell me exactly what happened.
I think you've got a stowaway on board. I was jumped.
Intolerable. I'll have the... And of course, Mr. Zellner.
Good to know that at least one man died.
Is it bad?
Yes, it hurts a lot.
I spoke with...
He suffered a violent blow to the back of the head.
But I can. Why didn't anyone notice that I didn't come?
We did search for you, but we couldn't find you.
Who was supposed to...
Constable Oliver. I'll have a talk with him about that.
I should hope so.
How many fingers do you see?
3 fingers.
Okay.
Where are we? And what time is it? I must have been out for ages.
It's just after 8 p.m.
You just missed... But we'll all meet here in the saloon. Greeting the passengers personally is a tradition.
You're all right now, Constable. The bleeding has stopped, and the wound... You may have a... You just need a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, you are only...
Thanks.
That's a good enough. Enough about crooks and thieves.
Inspector!
What?
A dark shadow. Upper deck.
Go, let's...
I'll join you.
Me too.
No, you stay here.
Do you want to make this an argument?
Robert, go to the Baroness and don't let her out of your sight. Zellner, you're coming to the port side. Doctor, you go to starboard. I'll start at the forecastle and work my way back to the...
But...
Baroness von Trebitz. Hello? Baroness von Trebitz? Open the door.
All right, Doc. I'm off.
Oh no, I'm not going... Are you okay? Maybe you had better take a rest.
I'm okay.
Zellner, up here!
Come on. I think it came from up...
Sure, you just wanted to get a breath of fresh air. Zellner, look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Of course.
The Baroness won't open the door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert. You were right. There was a stowaway.
Yes, but he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
What was that?
A shot!
It came from one of the cabins.
Oh no! Baroness von Trebitz? Baroness! Open the door!
Step aside, please.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen. Hurry, Zellner. The murderer still has to be nearby. There's practically no one on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time, we'll get him. Zellner, are you okay?
Yes. Come on. We have to.
Zellner? Zellner! Merde!
Ah, you awake? Sleep well, did you?
I like to sleep late when I take a cruise.
While everyone else is hard at work.
I didn't pass out last night,
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand.
but how? The
Who gave you the glass? Interesting.
Have you arrested any?
You mean besides the...
He could hardly have committed the murder.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the... You were already sleeping...
Any other?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay.
But we still have our primary, sir.
You really think?
Well, I think that no one knows as much about the Raven.
But still, it... About the champagne, shouldn't it...
That is exact...
Without a lab...
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed with all the latest forensics. It's quite impressive what the inspector can do.
A competent man, no doubt.
And diligent. He's been at it all night with his brushes and tinctures and glasses and everything. I wouldn't want to be the...
What's the state of play?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We'll know more once the doc finishes examining the body and...
And no one's...
No one saw a shadowy raven leaving the Baroness. A lot of people are... Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning, once they've all calmed down.
I suppose that you and Legrand...
Of course. And we already hit the jackpot.
Really?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship folds up and hooks onto the hull when it... The murderer probably...
But it...
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the...
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later.
I think I'll look for Inspector...
Do...
You won't get rid of me.
Be that as it may. Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the... That's fine. Inspector Legrand may be able to get by without... But not me. It's not easy playing with a...
No. An antique wood. If Galileo hadn't asserted himself back then, the globe nice. Looking out the window. Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer... The gangway. Why did the murderer drop the gun on the gangway? They must have... So, why didn't they take the... I suppose the life jackets are stowed there, close to the railing. I hope I don't... Big, soft. I could reserve it. No. I'd really like, but I don't. How wonderful. It would be a perfect... The ship must have been rebuilt at some point. We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was all... A boat? Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could... You can tell at a glance. The ship's bridge. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems... I better let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd... This isn't a panoramic deck for visitors. There are pipes. I have no... It may not seem like a stowaway, although I have to, if I want. He won't let me. The Raven.
What?
Or at least, I understand. Any conclusion?
Yeah, foreign and what?
I see. Did he act so?
No. The shot surprised him as much as it looked in on him earlier. Still.
Covered with a blanket?
Aha. He's still in there.
What do you think?
The Raven broke into the Baroness's.
What was he looking for?
She was
Why did he...
Why not?
From inside?
I'm not saying I know how he did it.
Why didn't he...
Are you serious? We'd have...
But for... Let's assume that the old Raven...
No one's ever...
He could also be paying someone...
Well, of course. It's a fact that he used to work with partners.
But no one could ever identify the Raven himself. Fascinating. He could have hired someone with financial...
The man Legrand shot back then, he was a famous safecracker. He could just as well have been a...
Or the real Raven. There's probably no better cover for a big... May I go downstairs and have a...
No.
Come again.
Inspector Legrand wants to...
I'm sure he'll...
He ordered me to guard the door.
How about...
How about letting her... Or do you think you...
I don't want to keep you from your...
Good idea.
Constable Oliver. You can tell it's not the first time. The bottle should be full of water. Unless the... No way to verify that. The bottle... No... I wonder... Salty sea... If I...